Splinter Cell Blacklist came out 12 years ago and it divided fans. Some loved its action-packed moments lifted from conviction, others missed the classic stealth that made the series famous. I jumped back in to see for myself. Does it still hold up today? Let's find out. Okay, first thing I noticed, the game still feels solid in how it moves you through spaces. It's deliberate, not floaty, and the pacing actually keeps you on edge. I mean, it's subtle, but that mix of quiet tension and occasional bursts of chaos hits differently, even 12 years later. And the atmosphere, it's surprisingly strong.
Don't kill me! Don't kill me! Holy shit!
The lighting, the shadows, the ambient sounds, you really feel like you're part of this world. And honestly, I forgot how much the level design encourages exploration. You're not just moving forward, there's often more than one way to tackle a situation, which makes it feel like your choices actually matter.
I told you everything you wanted. I helped you. You can't kill me, please!
What makes Blacklist still feels alive is how you can use the environment to your advantage. Shooting out a light to plunge a room into shadow, slipping into cover, and picking off a guard quietly. It's such a small thing, but it adds a real sense of control and tension. You're not just reacting to the level, you're shaping it, turning the light itself into a tool.
Want help checking it out? So, gunfire! Shooters over there! You need a hand with that? I see him over there!
Blacklist is one of those games where you can't really define it as pure stealth or pure action. It's trying to balance both worlds, which is tricky. You can see why some people were frustrated. If you were expecting classic sneaky Sam, the occasional firefight might have thrown you off, but I actually think it works. Those bursts of action give the quiet moments weight, and when you slide back into stealth, it feels earned. It's like the game is playing with tension and release, and I totally respect that design choice. You can't just steamroll everything either. The game subtly punishes overconfidence, but it also lets you experiment. That mix is probably what keeps me interested even now. Gadgets are where Blacklist shines. You've got your classics, sticky cams, sleep gas, tri-rotor drones, and they actually give you meaningful options. It's not just press this to win, it's more like a toolbox for problem solving. And there's a real sense of satisfaction when you figured out a way to combine them, even in a simple room. Also, it's kind of funny how these little gadgets can make you feel clever without really being overpowered. You can experiment without breaking the game, which is something a lot of modern titles struggle with. What I love about Blacklist is how the levels are designed to give you options without ever feeling cluttered. They always feel intentional, multiple paths, plenty of shadows to hide in, and spaces that encourage creative approaches. You can take your time, plan your moves, and experiment with the environment. And it never feels like the game is forcing you down a single route. Even without highlighting a specific level, you can see how these design choices make every mission feel flexible and alive. I think the way Blacklist handles getting spotted is still clever. Instead of punishing you with an instant fail, it turns those moments into a little cat and mouse game. You're given a chance to recover, reposition, and turn the tables, which makes the whole experience more exciting instead of frustrating. What surprised me the most is just how smooth the game still feels. Moving through levels has this natural flow to it. You always feel in control, never fighting the mechanics. It's quick without feeling twitchy, and that makes it easy to get lost in the rhythm of sneaking, striking, and moving on. Mark and execute can sound like a cheap gimmick on paper, but in practice it's more of a well-earned power trip. You have to work for it, and when you finally pull it off, it feels cinematic in the best way. Like a perfectly choreographed moment in an action movie. One thing that really clicked with me this time around is how Blacklist's story is framed. It's less about Sam's personal demons and more about the bigger picture. Rebuilding Fourth Echelon, chasing down the engineers, and stopping a global wave of attacks. Sam feels older, calmer, and back in full control, which makes the whole thing play like a polished spy thriller. It's serious without being overly grim, and the in-engine cutscenes keep the pacing tight and cinematic without pulling you out of the action.
I'll get you up to speed on the plane.
Prototype military transport.
Loaded with custom modifications. Armory, infirmary, holding cell. Every resource that you'd have on the ground.
What really surprised me was how well the game balances intensity with breathing room. You can be sneaking through a high-stakes infiltration 1 minute, and the next you're sitting in the mission hub just taking in the atmosphere. It gives you a second to slow down, plan your next move, and actually appreciate what you just pulled off. Customization is one of Blacklist's strongest features. You can tweak Sen's gear down to the smallest detail, from his suit to his goggles to the weapons you bring on each mission. You want to go full ghost and slip past every guard? You can kit him out with a near silent loadout and upgraded stealth suit. Or if you prefer going loud, there are assault rifles, shotguns, and gadgets that make you feel like a one-man army. Even the goggles aren't just cosmetic. Upgrading them actually improves your ability to spot enemies and plan your moves. This kind of flexibility lets you approach missions your way, which is something Blacklist nails compared to earlier games in the series. Where Blacklist really shines is replayability. You can run the same mission a dozen ways and it feels different each time. Ghost Run, tense, quiet, patient. Aggressive stealth, more creative gadget use. Full on assault, chaotic but still satisfying. And none of it feels like the game is punishing you, it's letting you play your way. That flexibility is still rare in modern titles. Even after 12 years, it makes you think, experiment, and improvise. Looking at it now, Blacklist really shows how good design doesn't need to be flashy. You don't need a billion mechanics, you need clear systems, tension, and freedom. The pacing, level layouts, and gadget integration all feel deliberate. It's a nice reminder that a game can be deep and engaging without overcomplicating things. And you can feel it when you play. Every level, every gadget, every choice contributes to that sense of agency. That's part of why it's aged better than I remembered. 12 years later, Blacklist still works. It's not perfect, but it's confident in what it is. A stealth action game that trusts the player, and honestly, it's fun. I didn't expect to enjoy it this much, but here we are. So what do you think? Which gadget or mission stuck with you? Drop it in the comments, and if you like this style of content, hit like and subscribe. I've got more deep dives into games that actually age well coming soon. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Cheers.